What's going on, guys? It is Sunday evening. I'm just now getting home from church. I lead a high school small group on Sunday evenings at church, and about to go in and have some dinner with the family, but we're going to take y'all around for the day tomorrow. We've got a great Monday planned. We're going to be working out at HEW Fitness in the morning, joining the 5:30 class at 7:30, meeting a guy at Black Rifle Coffee again, another local podcaster where we're going to be talking about potentially collaborating and jumping on each other's shows. Another meeting at the office at 10. We're going to be finishing out the podcast studio that we have at the office, so I'll give you all a look at what that's looking like. We're excited to be able to start bringing guests in person now and having a full day, especially with the gym, kind of being able to do podcast, workout, and do a full day around it. And then at 2:30, I believe tomorrow, we're going to be going over to my apparel vendor's shop to kind of look around, introducing John and our apparel vendor. So we're going to be able to kind of walk you through the shop and show you a little of his operation. So exciting day for tomorrow. We're going to take you around, but for now, I'm going to go in, have some dinner with the family, wind down, make sure we're getting everything ready to start the morning off strong on Monday. And let's get into it. Everyone loves talking about morning routines, right? But something that's so important to get right in order to set yourself up for success in the morning is what you do in the evening. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set my electrolytes out, my bottle, get my workout clothes set out, get my work bag together. So once I wake up, everything is already set out and ready to go so that that morning routine can just flow smoothly. So for those of you guys that struggle having that morning routine, maybe think about what you're doing that evening. So we're going to get everything together. We'll see you bright and early. Here we go. It is 5:12, 27 degrees outside. Heading over to HEW Fitness to hit the 5:30 class, which means my truck will be warmed up right about the time I pull in, which will be great. So got a quick look at the workout that's going to be happening this morning. Took a look at it last night, and it looks brutal, which is kind of a good thing because my body's frozen solid right now and kind of needed to warm up fast, which it looks like this one's going to be an absolute burner. So looking forward to it. Let's get after it. Oh my goodness. That's the face you want to see at 5:20 in the morning. Michael.
Oh, let's go.
Tell me about your day today. What's going on?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yes,
all the ladies are back from the retreat, including my girlfriend. So,
What's up, Lex?
What's up?
just happy to be alive. Grateful.
Matt, I saw the workout this morning.
Yeah.
It don't look fun.
What?
Wow. So, today is MLK Day, the time of this recording, and we had an MLK special. So, I Have a Dream speech was August 28th, 1963. So, in honor of the speech, for 828, we had 8 power cleans, 28 body weight squats, 19 overhead lunges, and then 63 double unders, followed by a 400-meter run. We had 6 rounds of that. So the legs are toast. Just feeling ever ripe and ready. We're about to get on with this day and make it a great Monday. All right, just walking next door to the office, which is such a nice luxury to have the office right next door to the gym. Speaking of which, what do y'all think about a sweet, we still don't have a sign up there. It kind of looks a little ratchet in my opinion, but thinking about getting a sweet take a step sign, or we've been calling this place the Forge, so it'd be cool to get a big wooden or LED Forge sign up there. Oh, let's grab some protein. Heading over to Black Rifle, meeting a guy I connected with on social who's got a podcast locally, and kind of getting a feel for each other's shows and seeing if it would make sense to jump on each other's shows, and excited to collaborate. Fun to be able to kind of establish those connections. But again, going back to the best coffee shop in the world, Black Rifle Coffee, baby. America's coffee. All right, guys. So every Monday I write a newsletter. It's called The Weekly Mile. If you want to subscribe to it, go to letstakeastep.com and subscribe to it. But I want y'all to hear this little takeaway from this week's edition of The Weekly Mile, which is titled, Why Do Small Wins Matter? So the little actions we take will step by step build our future. The steps precede the future. You will not wake up in a dream scenario and then start changing the way you act to fit that life. What kind of actions would that dream version of yourself be taking today? And how can you start molding yourself around those daily steps? If you have a life that you dream of, what would that person be doing today? And model your actions after those steps. Let's go. All right. I mean, guys, I can't stress enough the importance of getting out, meeting new people. It is amazing. Logan Lewis, he has it's called Your Morning Drive podcast, which just such a cool story behind, but we're going to get him on the Take a Step podcast, and we're talking about getting me on that show as well, which would be awesome. But guys, get out, meet new people. You'll never know what opportunity lives on the other side of a new relationship. Let's get on with the day. Well, we have got the studio like 95% done. I'll give you all a little look at it right here. Got an accent wall, got the chairs, got our mics in. We've got 2 set up. We've got 4 total. Got the Take a Step woodwork on the backdrop back there. So it's coming together. The only thing we still need is the console we're going to put right here over this outlet with either a plant or some books or some cool artwork on top, and then our camera, which we're planning on picking up today or tomorrow. But other than that, we're going to have our full in-person studio built out and ready to go. I am fired up for this. All right, guys. What do we think? Obviously not using the Rode mics. We've got the DJI wireless mics, but this is the setup, and I'm digging it. Let me know what you think. Something I wanted to talk about real quick, just because it's so top of mind with starting to, build a YouTube presence and vlog and walk around talking to a camera in public, which is so weird, is it brings up a lot of those feelings I had when I originally started Take a Step. I was always held captive by the opinions of others, and what were people going to think about me? What were they going to say in their circles about me? And I was just so terrified of that. Like, the hardest step was that first step of just starting my Instagram and putting out content. And now, starting the YouTube, which is a little bit more vulnerable, if you will. I'm revisiting those feelings and those fears I have, where I was just like, so concerned with everyone else's opinion. And I always go back to the quote that I love. It's been really life defining for me. But if you try to run down everyone else's path, you'll never pave your own. Where in your life is that true? And man, just take the first step and make it happen. One thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and this is kind of a cool story behind Take a Step, is technically I still work for another company outside of Take a Step, which is a coaching practice for Christian entrepreneurs and business leaders called the 1% Club. And the way that started was on like the 3rd podcast when I was still working my corporate job, on like the 3rd podcast I did, I referenced a book called The 4-8 Principle, which is written by Tommy Newberry. Tommy was the head coach of a life and business coaching practice called the 1% Club in Atlanta. And I cut a clip from that where I mentioned his book, posted it on Instagram, and I tagged him in it. And from there, we kind of got connected, and he was looking to bring on somebody to oversee their sales process because they were kind of building out some of their programs. And we connected, and it was just such a cool way where he made me an offer to where he was fully supporting what I'm doing with Take a Step, but also saw me being able to come in and help him kind of grow what he was building. But it's been a really cool journey on how just starting the podcast and then the opportunity that came from the 1% Club gave me an opportunity to leave my corporate life just from starting to take action on Take a Step and build something. So we're at my buddy Nathan Mooney's house. We got John. We're just hanging out today, but we're at my buddy Nathan Mooney's house, owns MMP Customs, does all of the Take a Step apparel. We're talking about just some future planning on how we're going to grow the apparel side of the business. So it's exciting. But one thing I want y'all to see when it comes to, everything we talk about behind Take a Step is, how can you just see a vision and make it happen and figure it out? And we're literally pulling up to his house right now. We're not pulling up to a shop, we're pulling up to his house. And he literally figured out a way to turn his entire basement into a full production facility so he can operate this business. But I'll show you a little bit of inside look onto what he's working with, the operation they got going on. We're going to build a relationship.
Let's roll. Let's go, Nathan.
Let's do it, baby. All right, here with Nathan Mooney, MMP Customs, good buddy. He does all of the Take a Step merch, and we're here in his facility, his production facility. When you first started, did you have everything here? Have you grown one step at a time? What's been the growth journey like?
When we started everything and took over for kind of our previous business, we wanted to scale everything down and kind of figure out what the root of the business was and what we were good at, what we need to ultimately expand at maybe later on in the future. And so we really just started with one embroidery head, the press that's behind us right now, and then, yep, there it is. So that's a 6-color 4-station manual press, and then we've expanded from there based on the need and how everything's grown, which is it's grown very naturally, which is great. But part of that growth was just focusing on the things that we knew that we could do well, and staying in that lane.
Yeah, so like, when you talk about figuring out what that lane is, especially like right when you start, and I completely understand, like when someone first starts a business, there's a lot of fear associated with, hey, what's going to work, what's not going to work, and that really keeps a lot of people ever from getting started.
Yeah.
So like for you, when you were first dipping your toes into this world of entrepreneurship, what were some of those thoughts that were going through your head as far as, what would cause most people to not ever start in the first place, and like where are you at now? How has that evolved over time?
I think one of the biggest things for me stepping into that gave me confidence was the support that we had. The support that I had was obviously my family, was the people that I worked with at the time and still work with today. Everybody was just supportive. Hey, this is a great idea. You're going to do great at this. And there was a lot of positivity. But then the other side of this was being okay if it was great, and being okay if it didn't work. Meaning that, if somebody did not want to put an order in with us, they wanted to go with somebody else, we were okay with that. Right? We weren't, heartbroken when we lost the sale or anything like that, because we were staying, still in that lane at the time. And that was a super healthy place for us to be while we were building foundation. Right? So it was support, and then it was knowing, hey, we're okay if yes, and we're okay if no.
Where, like, what you have here right now, is this what you envisioned, or has it just been kind of figuring it out along the way?
Yes. Once we conquer one thing, then we go to the next thing. And that's what it's been. It's, hey, we've conquered this. Now we have a need for this. Let's go find this. And a lot of it has come, okay, let's go outsource this. Right, and then we can bring this in house now. And there's still several things that we have outsourced partners that we do, outside of the shop, because they're the best at it, and we want them to be the best at it, so we can bring that best to our customers.
I love it, dude.
But again, we've conquered this. Now let's go conquer the next thing.
I love it. Well, MMP Customs, embroidery, direct to garment printing, anything custom merchandise. If anyone wants to reach out and connect and potentially do some work with you, how can they find you?
MMPcustoms.com, email sales@MMPcustoms.com, and I'm sure you're going to put a link.
I will put a link
on this video.
This will have a link. Appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
Awesome. The idea of being excited to step into Monday. A lot of people get, talk about the Sunday scaries, about like, weekends getting closer to an end and we're about to have to drag into the work week. But, being able to, build your day-to-day around things that you are genuinely passionate about and you feel like serve a purpose and add value and have an impact on the world is just such a cool concept. And to be able to start experiencing that on a typical weekday it's just so fulfilling to me, and it's been really cool to kind of see where Take a Step started 3 years ago to where it's at now, and we've got so much bigger of a vision to build towards moving forward. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this and want to continue to follow along, I love the support. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace.